If you recall our review of the Pentax K-x, the Great White Stormtrooper, you'll recall how we praised it for its ability to suit beginners. Well, the Pentax K-r improves upon the K-x and finds itself into the mid-level notch in the company's profile. The Pentax K-r has some significant improvements over the K-x. It's faster, it's more capable, and it's more intelligent. This camera is also a little more expensive. It's $800 just for the body and ranges all the way up to $1,000 with a 2-kit lens. Does the little red Corvette have what it takes to fly past the Great White Stormtrooper on the Autobahn of the digital camera landscape? We're going to find that out in this review. Architecturally, you're going to see a lot of similarities between the K-r, the K-x, and past models like the K2000. However, one of the engineering highlights has to do with Pentax's hybrid battery bay. Here we can fit a rechargeable lithium-ion battery and 4 AA batteries. So if you're shooting and your lithium-ion battery bites the dust, you can just pop in 4 AA batteries. But there's a catch. You have to buy the $35 AA battery holder in order for this to work. So we feel that that should be included. Also, the LCD screen has been upgraded to a 3-inch 921,000 pixel display. It gives a much better picture than found on the K-x. This camera does not conform to the new SDXC cards, but it does support SDHC and SD cards for recording. For navigation, we have a 4-way directional pad with quick functions, and we also have an E-dial, which controls manual settings like shutter speed and aperture. We have our classic green button that could be customized. There is a pop-up flash with numerous flash settings. And the best thing about Pentax is that any lens ever created by the company can be used on any of their cameras. Other than that, the Pentax K-r is compact, lightweight, doesn't take up the whole room like a professional DSLR does, but it's still got a little bit of bulk to it. We told you that the little red Corvette is faster, and that has something to do with the fact that this camera can capture 6 frames per second of continuous shooting. Also, the shutter speed has been boosted to 1/6000th of a second, and this camera has some lightning quick firmware. It is the Roadrunner of firmware. We can just rifle through options on this camera with ease. We also have the 11-point SAFOX, or SAFOX as we like to call it, 9 autofocus system, and in live view we have a zoom focus that zooms in on a target, focuses, and quickly zooms out, all amidst a sea of mechanical shrieks. But it's quick, and that's the point. More on manual controls. In addition to that boosted shutter speed, we get an obscene 25,600 ISO level. Aperture level with the lenses, with the 18 to 55 millimeter, we have an f3.5 capability. If you use the 55 to 300 millimeter lens, you can go up to an f32. So this camera is fairly versatile in that department. White balance, customizable. We have a 4-color grid that we can customize any preset or manual with. Now the fun stuff, the Pentax K-r can take multiple exposures of up to 9 layers of images. It has an improved HDR mode that lets you set the intensity of the high dynamic range. The Pentax K-r also has a robust cross-processing filter selection, and it also has digital filters, the same filters that we saw in the K-x, like toy camera, high contrast, starburst. If you don't have Photoshop, if you don't have the money to spend on image editing software, you can do a lot of it in this camera, more than most cameras in this price range. Now, one of the major improvements on the Pentax K-r is its 12 megapixel APS-C size CMOS sensor with Prime 2 image processing. We did not notice a monumental improvement from the K-x's image quality, but we did notice a slight improvement in noise management. We found that shooting in RAW is the best bet with the Pentax K-r because the image quality is definitely an improvement over the JPEG quality. However, if you shoot at high ISOs, you're going to notice more distinct noise in RAW mode compared to JPEG mode. Colors are better in RAW, detail is sharp as a tack, and the Pentax K-r is one of the best performers in its price range. Now we get the shaft when it comes to 720p HD video quality, which has remained unchanged. It's still 25 frames per second. Files are recorded as motion JPEG, there's no continuous autofocus, and the K-r records mono audio without a mic jack on the camera. So we don't see the K-r as being a versatile hybrid camcorder DSLR alternative. Pentax has scored another game-winning slap shot in the world of amateur photography. The Pentax K-r brings numerous improvements to the white Stormtrooper K-x, and this little red Corvette should definitely be considered, especially when you compare fixed lens compacts like the Canon PowerShot G12 and Nikon P7000, which are $500, and Micro Four Thirds cameras that are about the same price as the K-r. The K-r is an excellent deal. It's a great camera. We highly recommend it. For InfoSync World, I'm Mike Perlman.